what are the worst possible foods that we can eat in a day? What are the worst foods for us that are out there in our diets, making us unhealthy and making us, in some cases, obese? Go ahead and leave a comment letting me know what you think might be the absolute worst food out there, and then stay tuned and I'll talk about what the 10 worst foods are. I'll talk about the 10 foods that we should be eliminating from our diet in order to have healthier bodies. Processed meats. So that includes any kind of processed sandwich meat, hot dogs, sausage, all of these that not only are going to have the negative effects of meat themselves, which are kind of hard on the body, but once you start adding in chemicals and different additives, you're really waging a war on your body when you're eating these foods. Go ahead and opt for lean meats, such as chicken or turkey. Anything that is a natural meat is always going to be better for you than a red meat or any kind of processed meat. Ice cream, milkshakes, any of these really sweet drinks that are compounding not only sugar but also high fat, lots of dairy. These drinks are huge amounts of calories, and oftentimes they're accompanying a meal that's also high in calories. Compounded again if it's a coffee drink or frappuccino type drink, where you're throwing caffeine in there as well, you're putting whipped cream on the top. The calories are just adding up. You have no nutrition coming from these drinks, and they're just going to really be hard to lose weight if you're drinking a lot of these real sugary milkshakes and things like that. An alternative when you need a sweet drink, you want something a little bit more, would be an all-fruit smoothie or any kind of shake like that. Natural fruit juices are good. You want to be careful because natural fruit juices don't contain all the good things that fruit themselves have, but that is going to be much better than having something that's got a lot of fat as well as sugar. Number 8 on my list is TV dinners or any kind of microwave dinner, which have become really popular because they're so quick, they're so easy to transport. Throw them in the fridge or freezer and get them out, nuke them, and you instantly have a meal. But right there in that whole nuking them process, it's exactly what you're doing. You're nuking any kind of nutrients or anything that might have been in the food before it was packaged and processed and frozen by putting it in the microwave and doing it. These TV dinners or prepackaged meals in the beginning are already stripped of nutrients and vitamins, all the things that a good whole food is going to offer to you. But by nuking it in the microwave, you're just taking it one step further and really doing your body a disservice. The other problem is that you're eating a meal, you're eating something to be telling your body to get full, but if you're not giving your body any nutrition, it's not going to be satisfied. You're going to still feel hungry afterward. You're going to splurge on the dessert, more than likely, and you're going to be hungry again later. So if you can eliminate TV dinners from your diet, that would be a huge plus in terms of getting healthier. Oils, particularly canola oil, corn oil, soybean oil, safflower, sunflower oils. These are often highly processed oils that lose a lot of their nutrients, and they sometimes may come from genetically modified plants as well, which is another harmful thing, which we'll discuss in a later video. Good oils to use instead would be olive oil or coconut oil. Olive oil is a great alternative for salad dressings and sauces, things like this. Coconut oil is a great oil to cook with because it maintains its chemical structure even after heating. So some of these oils, once you heat them up, will actually change in structure and form new chemicals, but coconut oil is going to retain all of its nutritive properties and be the best oil to cook with, even at high temperatures. It's refined sugar. Now, refined sugar is going to include all of our sweetening syrups like high fructose corn syrup and other sweeteners. Refined sugar is been implicated in all kinds of problems, of course, diabetes and obesity, as well as other problems with the immune system and other organ systems as well. Sugar is also an addictive substance, so just like caffeine or other addictive drugs, it's something that over time, the more you eat it, the more your body's going to crave it or think that it's needing it, and the more you can kind of get yourself in a feedback loop of trying to answer it with sugar, and that just making you want more. The best alternative to sugar would be picking up a piece of whole fruit and eating it. Now, while fruits also contain a lot of sugar, they contain a lot of vitamins, nutrients, enzymes, and fiber as well that are going to help you break them down and assimilate and use those sugar molecules for energy rather than them just getting stored in your body as fat. Now, an even worse offender than sugar itself are artificial sweeteners. So those are the little pink and blue packets on the table in your restaurant. Any food that is sweet but claims to be sugar-free is going to contain some kind of sweet-tasting chemical called an artificial sweetener. Now, these artificial sweeteners are detrimental for a whole lot of reasons. There's been a lot of research looking into them and their different effects, nausea and headaches, things like that. But they also are going to essentially trick your body. So essentially these are chemicals other than sugar, tricking your body into thinking that you're ingesting sugar. And for that reason, they're going to cause you to have an insulin response, where your body is detecting that you've eaten something sweet. It's preparing for your blood sugar to rise, so it releases insulin in preparation for that, causing your blood sugar to drop. And because there's actually no sugar in that food that you've just eaten, you've decreased your blood sugar by releasing insulin, and it's actually going to make you hungrier. So in a lot of instances, different studies in this, where they've looked at artificial sweeteners, they find that people consuming artificial sweeteners instead of normal sugar actually end up eating more and overeating, more so causing weight gain instead of weight loss. The next item on my list is trans fats. Trans fats have been getting a lot of attention in the last several years because they've been found to have a lot of negative health effects. And so the food industry's answer to trans fats in a lot of cases have been to actually change the serving size and do other things so that they actually can list the food as not containing trans fats. And the way to check for that would be looking on the label for anything that says partially hydrogenated oil. Anything that says partial hydrogenation indicates a trans fat. Now, trans fat is really, really hard for the body to deal with, hard to assimilate. It's going to, of course, cause you to gain a lot of weight, but whereas some fats contain nutrients and are useful to our bodies, trans fat is essentially going to act like a poison and really make it hard to lose weight if you're having a lot of trans fats in your diet. Along the same lines with my discussion on trans fats, I'm going to add to this list anything that is canned or packaged in a box, especially canned soups, which contain a lot of sodium and other artificial flavors. Now, of course, eating canned vegetables is going to be better than eating no vegetables at all, but it's important to note that almost anything that you can get in a can or box is available in a fresh alternative. You're going to be able to get it in the produce section. You're going to be able to get fresh meats instead of packaged or canned meats. And these are always going to be significantly more healthful for you than something that's been canned, something that has a shelf life of several years or that may have no shelf life at all. Is going to indicate that it's not a living food, it's not a raw, fresh food, and therefore it's not going to contain as much nutrition.
That'll work.
Getting towards the end of our list, I'm now going to address fried foods. Now, fried foods are bad for us for a whole lot of different reasons. Mainly that heating anything to a really, really high temperature is going to create some toxic chemicals. It's also going to kill any of the vitamins or nutrients that may have existed in the food prior to being heated. Barbecuing is another process that's going to really take a lot of nutrients out and add some chemicals in. Anything that's going to really high temperatures So boiling and steaming are going to be good alternatives to fried foods or baked foods. So fried things, French fries, a lot of baked goods are actually fried, things like that. If you can eliminate these foods, you will see a lot of improvement in your health. And a lot of times these foods feel hard to avoid, but if you can just, for instance, maybe you're not going to completely cut out fast food completely altogether, a real cold turkey, but if you can go ahead and eliminate French fries, that would be a great step towards improving your health. Sodas. Sodas are the #1 most purchased item in grocery stores in America. They're estimated to be responsible for 70% of our excess calories in our diets. They're loaded with sugar, or in some cases, artificial sweeteners, which I already addressed as being bad. So don't feel like by substituting your soda with diet soda, you're making a healthier choice. It's actually going to be better to just go with the normal soda than to go with a diet soda for a lot of different reasons. But if you can eliminate sodas completely, that would be best. One good way to start weaning yourself off soda is to alternate. If you're somebody that drinks a soda at every meal, start alternating a soda at one meal, water at another. Soda one, water another. Kind of this idea of maybe just going equal amounts of water and soda, and over time it'll be easier to wean yourself off of sodas. Now, if you're somebody that drinks a whole lot of sodas every day, this is kind of a huge undertaking, but you will see weight loss coming pretty quickly. There's several people that report that once they cut out sodas, with that being the only dietary change that they make, they immediately see that they're losing weight and feeling more healthful and all of this. Now, part of that I would contribute to the fact that they're probably drinking more water, but also this is just a huge contributor to excess calories and sugar that we don't need and that is really detrimental to our health. So sodas should go. Stay tuned, because in a future video I'm going to talk about sugar and tell you the truth about sugar and artificial sweeteners. Are they really that bad for you, or not so much? And in another video, I'm going to talk to you about the top 10 things to add to your diet to increase your healthful lifestyle and your energy. Thank you so much for watching. Please rate my video and leave me some comments. Subscribe to our channel so you can stay tuned on all of our future videos. Thank you so much.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psyche Truth channel.